Wait. I know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, another Akira video by a commentary channel. This is so original. But hear me out. A lot of y'all don't understand how important this movie really is. Akira is hands down one of the most important and personally one of my most favorite films in anime. Not only has Akira utilized such a detailed and smooth animation, but has also brought upon a new sort of introspective and human feel toward the sci-fi genre. When watching Akira, I didn't know what to expect. I only heard of Akira as a cult classic anime movie with amazing animation. After the first couple of minutes, I could see why it was such a classic. The detailed but stylistic art style, the futuristic dystopian setting, the intricate mechanical designs, Kaneda's bike. I was already sold before the movie started. And yes, before the movie started.
Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way, boy.
I was oblivious. I thought Akira was about biker gangs and racing or something. I was not prepared for the confusing and obscure plot. And I use obscure lightly, but nevertheless, I was confused as f***. In fact, I was so confused that I rewatched the movie 3 other times, not including recently. The way I talk about Akira might have you think, then why the hell do you give it so much praise? And simply because Akira's dope. To give a brief explanation of the plot, Akira takes place in 2019 AD in Neo Tokyo. Our protagonist is this dude named Kaneda who has an after-school bike club with his friends. And one night, Kaneda's club gets into a friendly race with an after-school bike club who has a fascination with clowns. One bike slide later, a notable member of Kaneda's bike club, Tetsuo, trips over a pebble in the middle of the road. Him and his friends go and check on him, and in which he says, "Yeah, I'm good." That's pretty much the movie. Turns out, this man kid awakened Tetsuo's powers. Also turns out that the big crater in the middle of Neo Tokyo was the product of another little big forehead kid, whose name also happens to be the title of the movie. After a copious amount of Kaneda and Tetsuo yelling each other's names, we get a pretty brief ending. Tetsuo turns into a villain and tries to atomize Neo Tokyo, but instead turns into an abstract painting, and Akira steps in and is like, "Yo, stop," and turns Tetsuo into an orb. I talked about this in my top 3 manga series video, but I'll say it again. Akira has some of the best art I've seen. There's something about the old anime aesthetic that I'd never grow tired of, which is exactly what Akira has. The smooth animation on top of the flashy colors that contrast each other, giving life to the city. The bike chase scene was the best intro the movie could have offered, giving an introduction to the seemingly advanced city, showing how even though the civilization of humans has advanced, our primal nature never leaves us. But that's something I want to get into later. After watching Akira many times, I wanted to know what really drew me into the series. Cause although the art is amazing as it is, there was something more to it that I wasn't aware of at the time. That is the hidden theme. I remember trying to look up meanings and I can only find these interpretive as responses, even one being, "It's whatever you make it out to be." Really? Nevertheless, I found that it all boils down to the theme of birth and destruction. In other words, destruction is inevitable. I mean, I was satisfied with my answer, but I went on to really observe how this movie plays out. The setting of the world, the way someone who was considered a friend drastically changed over the course of the movie. Since it is known that the destruction of Tokyo in the movie is supposed to represent the tragic nuking of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, we can imagine that Otomo included many other components that reflect the real world. I mean, I believe that Neo Tokyo is a reflection of the current world. And let me clarify, I don't mean this in a literal sense because what were we even doing in 2019?
I used to wake up in my my dirty shoes in the morning. My mama crying like, "Get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head."
Getting back on track, I see Akira as an ode to mankind, a reflection of the human mind, something that is holding us back. Otomo is saying that our true nature never leaves us. Think of Neo Tokyo. Even though it seems to be this advanced, evolved utopia, some sort of perfect evolution, it's really just Detroit. All jokes aside, even through all the supposed growth as a civilization, there were still drug addicts, gangs, corruptions, violence, and its overall mob mentality, things that we see in the world we live in today. You have a place overrun by technology and money, which already isn't a good mix. And when you look at it from the outside in, you might think, "Oh, this isn't that bad. I might even consider moving here." But when looking inside, it's the total opposite. The total opposite. On the other hand, we see how humans respond to power. both physical and political. Neo Tokyo is run by corrupt politicians who only care about profit. And then we have Tetsuo, someone who we follow throughout the movie, seeing him not only physically struggle but psychologically change, going from someone who seemed to care for those close to him carelessly killing people on the street. We even see how the government treated Tetsuo as some sort of weapon. I mean, they were right, but I'm not trying to say that it's but I'm not trying to say it's that what I'm trying to say is that it was visibly an objective. Look at how the cops treated the citizens in Neo Tokyo, then look at how they treated the espers. There's clearly a fascination for power. Do I know their goal? No, but I wouldn't be surprised if they wanted to use the kids as some sort of military weapon. I would say that there's something to learn from Akira, that it is much more than good animation, that it has a message. Is it not as straight to the point? Of course, but that doesn't take anything away from the message. I would even like to argue that it even adds to the message itself. If y'all saw how upset I was when Tagoro destroyed that parking garage, just think about my reaction to Tetsuo destroying Neo Tokyo.
No, don't pull. No. Ah! Damn.
What I'm trying to get at is there's a constant cycle of growth and destruction, which is what truly puts us back from evolving. I kind of like what someone commented on my Evangelion video about how the irony of the show was the decision that the best way of selling the idea of living in reality was through animation, and over-the-top science fiction fantasy was the messenger. I feel like this perfectly sums up Akira as well. I said what I said. Akira's dope. And if you haven't watched it, I'm coming to your house, going through your window, and I'm holding your family hostage till you watch it. No, I'm joking, but hopefully this video made you want to watch it.